let's talk about the world's largest, most competitive, and fastest moving car market, China. A full-on war for dominance is happening there right now, and in 2024, the car that clawed its way to the very top, the #1 bestseller, was a huge surprise. It wasn't the cheapest, it definitely wasn't the newest, but it somehow beat them all. This is the story of how the Tesla Model Y conquered China. And there it is, the one simple fact that sent a jolt through the entire car industry. The Tesla Model Y wasn't just the best-selling electric car or the top SUV. No, it was the best-selling vehicle, full stop. It outsold every single other car, gas or electric, in a market where over 100 brands are fighting just to stay alive. And this was no small feat. Just look at that number. Over 480,000 Model Ys were sold in China in just 1 year. To put that into perspective for you, that is more than the total annual car sales of some entire countries. It's just a staggering number that shows the scale of what Tesla has built there. But here's where it gets really wild. The race was unbelievably close. The Model Y squeaked past its biggest competitor, the super popular BYD Kin Plus, by just 284 cars. 284! After a year-long nationwide fight, it was basically a photo finish. It just goes to show you how brutal the competition really is over there. Okay, and this is where the story goes from just surprising to completely mind-bending. The winner, the Tesla Model Y, has a starting price that is more than 3 times higher than the car that came in second. The BYD is an incredible bargain, starting at around $11,000. The Model Y is a premium car. This isn't just a price gap, it's a massive canyon. So that's the central mystery, isn't it? How on earth did this happen? How did a premium American car outsell a local, mass-market hero in its own territory, completely defying all logic? Well, the answer isn't just one thing. It's a really fascinating combination of manufacturing genius, raw brand power, and a little bit of market chaos. All right, so the first piece of this puzzle, and maybe the most important one, isn't even the car itself. It's the factory that builds it. Tesla's Gigafactory in Shanghai is the absolute engine behind this whole success story. It's a modern marvel. I mean, just take a second to look at this timeline. The speed is just insane. This was beyond fast. It was completely unheard of. Tesla went from a muddy field to putting actual customers in finished cars in less than a year. That China speed let Tesla get a massive head start, completely changing the game before it even began. And that obsession with speed didn't end when the factory was finished. Oh no. Today, Giga Shanghai is so incredibly efficient that a brand new Model Y rolls off the assembly line in under 40 seconds. That kind of speed gives them a huge advantage in scale and cost, and it's how they can pump out over 750,000 cars a year from just this one building. So how do they pull that off? What's the secret? Well, it's right here. Extreme localization. Over 95% of the parts in a Chinese-made Tesla come from suppliers inside China. They built an entire supply chain from scratch, and that one detail changes everything. And this is just a strategic masterclass. Think about what this does. Making everything locally slashes your costs. You completely sidestep those huge import taxes. You get all the same government perks as the local companies. And, this is the big one, it gives you the cash reserves to fight and win in a brutal price war. But look, having the world's most efficient factory is only half the battle. To convince people to pay a premium price, you need something more. You need that invisible but incredibly valuable asset, the power of your brand. And this quote right here just nails it. From the very beginning, Tesla wasn't just seen as another car company in China, it was positioned as a tech company, a symbol of what's next. That perception, that idea, has been incredibly powerful and has stuck around all these years. So what does that brand really mean to someone buying a car in China? Well, it means you're buying into a global tech leader. It's a status symbol, no doubt, but that last point is really fascinating. During the crazy price wars when smaller EV startups were going out of business, the big, financially stable Tesla started to look like a safe choice, a reliable bet in a really shaky market. Okay, so we have a hyper-efficiently built car with a killer brand. But the third pillar holding up Tesla's throne is the world they built around the car. It's this whole integrated ecosystem that competitors are finding really, really hard to copy. And the most obvious part of that ecosystem is the supercharger network. Just look at that number. Over 18,000 fast charging stalls all across China.
If you're thinking about buying an EV, that number isn't just a number. It's freedom. It's the answer to the biggest fear every EV buyer has, range anxiety.
But the real magic of the network isn't just how big it is. It's how ridiculously simple it is to use. You just pull up, plug the car in, and walk away. That's it. No fumbling with 5 different apps, no swiping credit cards, no broken third-party chargers. It just works seamlessly. And that simplicity builds incredible brand loyalty. The other half of the ecosystem is the software. A normal car starts getting older the second you drive it off the lot. A Tesla, on the other hand, can literally wake up in the morning better than it was the night before, thanks to over-the-air updates. That creates this feeling that your car is an evolving piece of tech, not just a hunk of metal. Now, we need to zoom out for a second, because Tesla didn't pull this off in a vacuum. The wild dynamics of the Chinese market, and even the government's own strategy, played a huge, and maybe unintentional role in putting the Model Y on top. The Chinese auto industry actually has a name for Tesla's impact. They call it the catfish effect. The idea is, if you want to make your school of fish stronger, you throw a hungry catfish in the tank. It forces everyone to swim faster and get smarter just to survive. Tesla was that catfish. Its arrival forced a whole generation of Chinese EV companies to up their game, fast. And that created this insane battlefield. You've got BYD, the giant, attacking from the low-price end. You have NIO with its premium services and battery swapping. You've got XPeng pushing the absolute limits of self-driving tech. And now the tech titan Huawei is in the game with its Huawei inside cars. The Model Y had to beat all of them. All this competition led to what everyone in the industry called a bloodbath. Brands were just desperately slashing prices to move cars. But here's the paradox. While that chaos pushed some buyers toward the cheapest car they could find, for people with more money to spend, it did the opposite. They saw Tesla's stability as a safe harbor, a guarantee that their car company would still exist in 5 years. So after that incredible win in 2024, the $1 million question is, what happens now? Winning the crown is one thing, but defending it in a market this brutal is a whole different ballgame. And you can really see the two sides of the coin for Tesla going forward. The challenges are serious. The Model Y is now 5 years old, which is an eternity in China. You've always got the risk of geopolitics, and the price wars are crushing everybody's profits. But their core strengths are still massive. A super loyal fan base, that untouchable manufacturing advantage, and that ecosystem that's so hard for customers to leave. Because, make no mistake, rivals like BYD, Huawei, and Xiaomi are innovating and releasing new products at a truly breathtaking pace. The battle for the world's most important car market is really just heating up. The question isn't how Tesla won anymore. It's for how long can they possibly hold on to that crown. So who do you think is going to win China's EV war?